What is up, you guys? Marty McFly coming at you, bringing you guys the merch. Today we're going to talk about a couple record store day vinyl pickups. I've had to remake this video about 62,000 times because I just keep stuttering the whole way through it. Right now we're listening to none other than Power Trip with their latest release, Nightmare Logic. If you're not familiar with these guys are a little bit of hardcore thrash, a little bit of crossover, a little bit of bolt thrower love thrown in there as well. Unfortunately, their lead singer, Riley Gale, passed away last year, and we miss him dearly. Rest in peace, brother. We'll see you on the other side one day. Overall, fantastic release. I found this one by accident at Mojo's Records. It was on sale for a really decent price. If you can see, we have the old school death and thrash collage photos with a pretty nice overstuffed poster. Nicely done. If you haven't checked these guys out, I definitely recommend you doing it, especially if you're a fan of any of the hardcore thrash, any of the crossover, bolt thrower, things like that. Again, fantastic record from these guys. I have some record store day pickups for you guys. If you guys haven't already been out today, I'm sure a lot of the stores still have other things available. Of course, the first thing to go is metal, death metal, thrash, black metal. Those things are usually the first things to go because people are collectors, and these are usually the first things to go. The unfortunate one that I couldn't pick up was the newest re-release from Ishan. If you're not familiar with him, he's primarily in the black metal scene, but he released a solo project called Ishan. They re-released their record after, and it's a little bit of like black gaze, black metal, a little bit of ambient, synthwave, a lot of that stuff mixed together. Overall, beautiful record. First to go, a lot of the stores in Tampa, Florida did not have it. None of the stores in Clearwater had it. I think just Mojo's had it, and they sold out of their copies pretty quickly. So unfortunately, those were not available. I'm sure other stores had them. They're already on sale online, eBay, Discogs, and they are going for a ridiculous amount of money. The vinyl itself wasn't that expensive in store, but the downside of the record store day is you'll have people that'll camp out all night. They'll get there first thing in the morning. They'll buy as many copies as they can, and they'll resell them online for an exorbitant price, which I'm sure you can see. I don't really support that, man. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to capitalism, and I think capitalism's a great thing, but unfortunately you have these guys that just want to resell and just make a quick buck. It's unfortunate because for those of us who would actually like a vinyl copy of it, kind of sucks for us because the OG presses go for about 75 bucks online now. Anyway, I did pick up a couple things. I went to Vintage Vinyl. That is in Oldsmar, Florida. They actually had a couple of the guys from Crowbar and Down sign some merch and sign some posters, which is pretty cool. I didn't bring it with me, unfortunately. I'll take a picture of it and put it on the next video. But I did get a copy of one of the Down posters signed. Kirk Weinstein from Crowbar was sick. He was unable to make it, but overall, it was really cool just to go hang out with some fellow metalheads and get some stuff signed. So, there was a couple things I wanted. Overall, I think the Thrice vinyl was pretty cool. I think the Meteora Linkin Park repress was pretty neat as well, but they wanted 36 bucks for a double LP. It didn't mean that much to me to where I had to have a vinyl copy of it for $36. I'm sure it'll be on sale at some point in the future, or they'll repress it in the future. What I did get, though, was something that was kind of cool. This is a little bit of high school memories for me. This is Senses Fail, Let It Enfold You, Record Store Day edition. You got every track on here. Overall, a pretty neat record edition. I can't wait to throw this baby on next. If you're not familiar with these guys, think of a little bit of like hardcore punk, a little bit of high school emo thrown in there as well. Overall, probably my favorite record from Senses Fail. Their newest stuff lately, that the last couple years have been great as well. Definitely worth checking out. So, a couple cool things that they did have. They had a CD sale over at Vintage Vinyl LLC in Oldsmar. They had a CD sidewalk sale and picked up some goodies. So every CD was $2 to $3. I think most of them were $3, but this is August Burns Red, Lost Messengers, Outtakes. This is basically B-sides, some redone songs as well. This was only $3, but I was actually pretty happy to take this baby home. So you got Chasing the Dragon, you got Carol of the Bells, you got some of the Christmas stuff on here, you got To Those About to Rock, Piano Man, Vital Signs, Truth of a Liar, so you got some redone songs on there as well. Overall, pretty happy to take this one home. It was for a couple bucks, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. What else did we get from this record store? My first copy of this is pretty chewed up and it skips a lot, so I wanted another hard copy. It's only $3. Sounds great. This is August Burns Red's Thrill Seeker. If you haven't been listening to the August Burns Red at this point in time, go listen to them. This is a little bit different than their newer stuff. This is a little bit less proggy, a little bit more hardcore, a little bit more metalcore. Overall, fantastic record. Definitely worth checking out. They also had something that I did not have a hard copy of, and they put tape on it, which is really annoying. And I'm a little afraid to take the tape off at this point because I'm afraid it's going to chew up the record. But this is none other than Atreyu with Lead Sails Paper Anchor Deluxe Gatefold edition of this. Overall, one of the old school Atreyu albums. I mean, this is going pretty way back into like my high school days. I don't think I'm aging myself here, but overall, great record. We have a couple CDs here as well that I got in the mail on Amazon and stores. If you're unaware of the new metal revival, we have none other than Tetrarch with Unstable. Fantastic addition to the new metal era that is currently coming back. If you like things along the lines of Bloodline, if you like Blood Youth, if you like Korn, Edema, if you like Linkin Park, if you like Slipknot, I mean anything that you can pretty much pound into that era of music, this is what these guys do best. They basically just took all the riffs that we love from Slipknot, Edema, Linkin Park, everything, and they just threw it into one album. There's a lot of Korn influence, big time. The lead singer and the screamers are fantastic. The lead guitarist is this girl. She's got phenomenal chops. That girl can play. This was actually a recommendation from Classy Lonnie Metal. If you haven't listened to his page before, I definitely recommend checking it out. This is Soul Dissolution with Winter Contemplations. I actually just reviewed this on my Instagram page as well. Overall, just a beautiful release. I don't know how to explain this, but this is a 2-song EP. Each track is pretty long, so you actually get like 20 plus minutes over 2 tracks. And I've listened to this time and time again since I bought it. This is the first time it's left my car in a while. If I could explain it, think of like a black metal project that just went pretty melodic, very soft, like black gaze with a mixture of like synthwave, very clean guitar solos and clean guitar riffs. Overall, a beautiful album. I'm not a big black metal guy. There's some projects that I like, but this has just been fantastic. I'm sure the way to explain this is just walking through, you know, a winter-driven forest in the evening when the sun's setting with the leaves crunching, trees, branches crunching. It's just absolutely beautiful. Can't recommend this enough. Of course, we can't talk about this and metal releases in 2021 and not talk about the newest from The Devil Wears Prada. This is the Zombie EP Part 2, or Z2. It's got 5 tracks. It's pretty short. I would have liked to have had one more track on there, but I think this is better than the last 2 records they put out altogether. Overall, fantastic EP. Don't expect a lot of clean vocals on it. It's just strictly just good old Devil Wears Prada, hardcore, a little bit of thrash influence in there. You can tell a lot of the Plagues influences from their first couple albums, especially the Plagues album. There's a lot of influence on here. Not a lot of clean vocals, which their clean vocalist can sing. He's got a phenomenal singing voice. I don't know why he doesn't do it more, but overall, fantastic Zombie EP. I think this was actually better, maybe just being a heavier album. Very, very happy about it. I love the cover too, especially the broken down chapel. This I found on YouTube by mistake. I had to pick it up as soon as it came in. This is the newest from Mental Cruelty. This is A Hill to Die Upon. Nice gatefold edition here. This is an absolutely incredible release. I can't recommend this enough. This is epic melodic deathcore. Yes, it is a thing. If you could piece together a little bit of Lorna Shore maybe, you have a lot of deathcore chugging and riffs and breakdowns, but then you have these high melodic pieces, wonderful guitar work. The second track, Ultima Hypocrita, has a guitar solo that just melts your bones away. It's absolutely beautiful, melodic, and fantastic. And this is another record. This is the first time I've taken this out of my car since I bought it. So I got a couple from Amazon the other day and eBay that I haven't seen in copy in a long time. People are reselling these copies for like hundreds of dollars. I don't know why, but every once in a while, I mean, that's nightmare logic right there if you can hear that guitar solo. But this is The Air I Breathe, Great Faith and Fools. If you guys haven't picked these guys up yet, a little bit of metalcore thrown in with a little bit of deathcore in there, mathcore a little bit as well. Go pick this shit up. If you can find it anywhere for a couple bucks, it's totally worth it. These guys came out at the peak, you know, that 09, 00s, 2010s era of metalcore, and the guys just re-announced that they're back together, just released a new song. You need to go check that out. I was so happy to get a copy of this finally, and I'm very glad I did, because now I have it in the car. Lots of bass blasts and just chugging riffs and clean melodic vocals. So happy to have that. This is another from that 2000s, 00s era metalcore, kind of right around the era of like when Bless the Fall was just starting out, things like that. But this, not to compare these guys to Bless the Fall, but this is an early ending with Bloodlines. This is their first album that they came out with, and it's pretty hard to find this. Actually, I got pretty lucky. A lot of these were going up for bids as opposed to direct price. I think I got it for $8, but all the other things were going up for bids, and they're costing a lot of money. This is good old Still Remains, It Dies Today, 00's metalcore. They remind me a lot of the bands in my hometown. I'm originally from Melbourne, Florida. They remind me a lot of just the bands we used to see growing up in high school. A lot of just good old-fashioned guitar riffs and thrash and a little bit of metalcore, clean singing in there. A couple of ballads on there as well. It was kind of cool to go down memory lane again and listen to these guys, because these guys were getting big when I was still in high school. Unfortunately, that's the only album I have from them, and they didn't do too much after that. Last but not least, this is none other than Chad Ruhlig's, one of his first bands. This is Legend with Valediction, another record that it was pretty hard to find online. This was going for copies for in the 50s, 60s, 70s of dollars. Some guy was selling on Amazon for pretty cheap. It's a little chewed up, but sounds great in the CD player. I wish I could plant these guys in an era of music, but this is just a little bit of hardcore, a little bit of thrash, a little bit of death mixed together. Mastered by Zeus. If you know Zeus, he's recorded a lot of metal albums out there, so you know it's a good quality album. Chad Ruhlig's other bands include For the Fallen Dreams, which is my favorite band from them, and Legend is now LGND, as opposed to the traditional spelling of Legend. His new project is LGND with DL, originally from the Acacia Strain. Go pick that up if you can find it anywhere. It's still the same band, but they do different things now. They have a lot of clean vocals, a lot of melodics, a lot of harmonies. It sounds fantastic. I love the way the direction of the band is going. They're supposed to be coming out with another EP, hopefully this year. They said it's going to be nothing like they've ever done before, so I can't wait. Chad Ruhlig's other band, For the Fallen Dreams, is also in the studio as well, so we have a lot of new music to come for and look forward to. The new Record Store Day drop, I think, is next week. There wasn't a whole lot that I wanted on there. I did see that Stryper was going to repress Goddamn Evil, and I did see that Lamb of God was going to do As the Palaces Burn for their anniversary edition on vinyl. I would love to pick up a couple copies of that just to have, just to be able to play. Yeah, I can do it on Amazon Music, I can do it on Spotify, things like that, but it'd be nice to have a vinyl copy. So I'm kind of curious, what did you guys buy? Did you not buy anything, or do you guys hate Record Store Day? What did you guys pick up? What do you want to pick up? My taste is a little different as far as RSD goes. This is the first one I've ever actually attended. Normally I don't like to go to these. I think in my younger days I would stay up all night and camp out, go to Best Buy, things like that for Black Friday, but I do like that it's bringing people back to the record stores, and people are able to buy stuff and buy CDs, buy vinyl, buy merch. So I want to hear about what you guys think. I hope you guys had a great Record Store Day and a great Saturday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Horns up, boys and girls. My apologies. But horns up to everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. See you guys around, all right? Bye.